love, Asia J here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a tutorial on this look, which I call Starburst. But first I kind of just want to talk to you guys about my Ulta trip that I had the other day. I absolutely love Ulta. It's my favorite beauty store. And I just pick up just a couple things. I got this new Makeup Revolution highlighter palette. I love highlighter palettes that have like 4, 5, or 6 colors in them. So when I saw this, I just had to get it because there's 8 colors in it. And it's so cute, you guys. So I did use this in the video that you guys are going to be seeing today. And I also picked up this BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, which I absolutely love because I don't have a lot of colorful palettes, and I feel like this one is just like absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I definitely had to pick this up because I needed this. And my favorite pickup on my Ulta trip was this Morphe 35M Boss Mood palette. You guys, I have been wanting this palette for about a month or 2 now, and I went to one Ulta store and they were completely sold out, but I went the other day to a different one and they had tons of them, so I'm super excited, so I absolutely had to get it. But yeah, those are just a couple of my favorite pickups that I got from Ulta. And side note, in my video today, I get super sidetracked, and as you guys know, I am new to YouTube, so I'm not really conscious of the camera yet. You know, I'm still getting the hang of things, you know, still getting my shit together or whatever. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. But I did the best I could, so I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, you guys, so first I'm going to take my Milani Prime Shield Face Primer, and I'm just going to apply that evenly all over my face. Then I'm going to go ahead and rub that in nice and evenly all over. And once that's all good to go, I am going to get my tape, and I'm just going to apply that right underneath my eyes. And I'm going to make sure it's even on both sides, so that way my lines for my shadow is nice and even as well. And after that's all good, I'm going to get my P. Louise eye base in the shade 0.5. I'm going to apply that on the back of my hand. You don't have to do that. It's just a preference of mine. And I'm going to take the base and I'm going to apply it right underneath my brow. And this is just going to make your brows look nice and crisp and clean. And I'm going to do that on both eyes, just making sure I take my time with this so I don't get any of my eye base in my eyebrow. And I'm going to take that all the way out to the end of the tape on both eyes. And once I'm all done with that, I'm going to go ahead and apply the base all over my lid. When I do this, I'm going to do a combination of swiping and patting, just to make sure I get an even application base on both eyes. That way when I do my shadow, the shadow lays evenly as well. And once I get my base all applied on both eyes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a makeup sponge and I'm going to set my base. And I'm going to make sure I'm setting this evenly as well so that when I do my eyeshadow, it doesn't look splotchy anywhere. And once I'm all done setting my base with my sponge, I'm going to get my Morphe Boss Mood palette, and I'm just going to go right on my brow bone with the color Red Carpet. Now, as you can see, on the outside of my eye, I'm just going to pat it towards the outer corner, just to give it, you know, a little bit more of a darker pigment. And as I go towards, you know, the inner part of my eye, I'm going to swipe it just to blend it to make it get lighter as it goes, you know, more towards the inner part of your eye. And I'm going to do this on the other side as well, just making sure, you know, you blend it nice and even, because you want it to be darkest on the outer part of your eye and lighter on the inner part for this color here. And I'm going to really take my time with this first shadow, just making sure, you know, everything's nice and even, and I'm going to blend upwards, you know, just to blend out you know, the upper part of the shadow as well. And then once I go in and I correct everything with this first shadow here, I am going to go back and check it just to make sure everything's nice and even. Then I'm going to go underneath it with the color Fired Up, and I'm just going to blend that into the red carpet, just to give it, you know, a little bit of a pop of orange in there. And then once I blend that out and get everything nice and even on both sides, I'm going to take my eye base and I'm going to start cutting my crease. And like I said before, when you cut your crease, you really want to take your time with this part, you know, just to make sure your line is nice and crisp and straight. How big or small you want your cut crease to be is definitely your preference. Today I went with a smaller, more narrow cut crease, just because I thought it would be a more clean look for what I was going for. And once you get your line nice and straight, you're gonna fill in your cut crease. And when you're doing this, just like with the initial base, you're gonna wanna make sure you apply the product nice and even, so that when you put the shadow or your glitter or whatever you choose in your cut crease, that's gonna lay nice and evenly as well. And I'm gonna do the same thing on both sides, just checking, making sure, you know, my lines on both sides are nice and even. So, you know, you really wanna take your time with this step as well. And then once I'm done with the other eye, I'm just gonna go in on both eyes, just correcting any mistakes I may have made and just making sure both cut creases are nice and even. And then once I know that they're both even on each side, I'm gonna take the color Persona and I'm gonna add that to the outside part of my cut crease, just blending it a little bit into the red carpet, not too much, because you wanna see, you know, where the cut crease ends and begins. So I'm just going to take that and blend it slightly into the red carpet. And then once color Persona is all blended, you're going to go into the middle of your cut crease and you're going to add the color Bright Eyes. And you're going to want to blend Bright Eyes into color Persona slightly, you know, just to give it a nice clean blend. And once that's blended on both sides, you're going to go in the inner corner of your cut crease with the color Popstar. And you're going to want to blend Popstar into Bright Eyes, like I said, just to give it that nice, even, clean blend. And once you're all done with that, you can go ahead and check and take your tape off and make sure both your lines on your eyeshadow are nice and crisp and clean. And then after that, we're going to go ahead on our bottom lash line and use the color Red Carpet just to give it a nice smoked out bottom lash line. As you guys know, I love a smoky bottom lash line. And once you're all done with that, you can go ahead and do one more mirror check and you are good to go.